Hey y'all, I'm Trenton.
And I'm Connor.
And we're Good Old Boys Ballistics.
Today, we're going to discuss carry ammo and some that we approve of. So,
stay tuned. Today, like we said, we're going to be discussing some ammo. And first, we have the Hornady American Gunner. Tell them a little bit about it, Connor.
Like you said, it's Hornady American Gunner. It is 9mm, 124 grain plus P. 1175 at the muzzle, and it's still not subsonic at 100 yards. Some people use this to hunt with. This was Hornady's hunt, carry, and practice ammo, because it's like, what we pay for this? Like $20 a box for 25. So instead of like some companies giving you 20 in a civilian box, 25, so that's good. I have shot several hundred rounds of this, and would I carry it? Probably not. I don't tend to carry plus P's in my carry, but if it come down to it, I'd pick this over a lot of other stuff. I have loaded a lot of ammo with the Hornady XTP lead, and it does pretty good. Let me tell you what it says on it. American Gunner ammunition is designed for hunting, self-defense, and target shooting. The XTP hollow point bullet is exceptionally accurate and delivers excellent versatility and superior ballistic performance. In my testing, it has gone under the 12 to 18 inch FBI protocol of penetration, and it's gone over and some in between. So it's too inconsistent for me. But what's your take on that?
You know, I've always loved Hornady ammunition, especially for like hunting stuff and all that.
Super performance.
I don't particularly carry Hornady ammunition in my firearm that I carry on my side.
We have. Not that, but
we'll get into that in just a second. But for a budget hollow point, because that's
for all around hollow point.
Yeah, and that's what I'm going to call this, though, a budget hollow point.
That's very good. Yes.
This is a good option.
It don't break the bank. It's not what I would call a premium round, but I've definitely shot way worse.
And I'll tell you, at the end of the day, this will protect.
P has a very bad tendency to. What's your thinking of plus P? What's the use for it?
Plus P, like it has more power.
It's over pressure. My thinking was always it hits harder. But it penetrates less. It's plus P rounds have, even the premium ones, more people use them in short-barreled firearms because they think it makes up for the lack of velocity out of a longer barrel. And I guess in a sense it does do that, but I've never got shot, of course, but I hope I don't ever, but it might hit a little harder. Well, let's read on it. It should say. No, I didn't know if it said the foot-pounds of energy. Well, we'll compare it. We'll compare them all at the end and give you our top picks. But continue.
But anyway, like as I was saying, if this is all you can get your hands on,
don't stress it.
Yeah.
You're taken care of. Hornady is tried and true.
Very much so.
I still trust. I'd trust my life to Hornady.
Me as well. Which brings us to the next one. We're going to talk a little bit about Hornady critical defense. Critical duty. Critical defense is basically
it's the non-duty. We thought we had a box of that laying around, but
I don't carry it, so
let's show them the round each time.
Okay.
You want to show them around?
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm getting the cart ahead of the horse here, y'all.
Good. And it does say stamped on the bottom of the case, plus P, but that's the XTP. Non-nickel plated, it's just regular brass. Anyway.
At the end of the day, they're fun to shoot. Anyway.
They are, and some people like to only train with plus P. That way, when they shoot their premium self-defense rounds, or put them in their gun and they train with them, they're used to the recoil more, because of course self-defense rounds give off more recoil than full metal jackets. But anyway, on to the next. Critical Duty was Hornady's shot at the FBI contracts for their duty ammunition. This is also a plus P. It's a 9mm, 124 gram plus P. They make, by the way, on this American Gunner, they make a 115, a 124 plus P, and a 147. On the Critical Duty, they make a 124, 124 plus P, 135, and 135 plus P. I have never seen a standard pressure 124, nor a 135 or a 135 plus P around us. But I see a lot of people testing the 135, 135 plus P. But anyway, Hornady, as y'all probably know, on their Critical Defense and Critical Duty, Hornady came up with the flex tip. And the idea behind that, see, little polymer, red polymer insert, again, stamp plus P. But they came up with that design so that, you know, when you shoot a hollow point into like the FBI tests, especially on heavy clothing, windshield, and sheet metal, the hollow point cavity can get filled. And they came up with the polymer so when it sticks out just a hair, so when it hits something, it drives that back and lets that bullet expand. I have not heard of any FBIs using this, sheriffs, cops, whatever you want to say. But it's an interlock bullet. It has great weight retention. The weight retention on American Gunner is not so good. It will separate. It's not bonded, and it has no, it does have a cantilever lock, but it ain't very good, because I've shot them and the lead will separate from the jacket, which I cannot stand.
What's your thoughts on the polymer they put at the end of it? Like, what's your opinion on that?
I believe it's a good idea, but it could have a little work done to it. They could take it back to the drawing board. If they couldn't take it back, it's fine as it is, but I would like to see them rethink about the idea and maybe not use something that's...
What's the chance of that hitting the target and not expanding in your testing? What?
50-50.
50-50.
It's a 50-50 shot. I've tested it, and it's looked just like a ball around. It went clean through and never found the bullet. Some I found, some I hadn't. But it all depends on what you shoot. I've never got to shoot windshield glass. But in everything else, it does decent. The companies make some bullets, especially like the duty ammunition. They kind of make them where they excel in some protocol tests, and then some they kind of shy back from. It's like they target one or two more. They target the windshield glass, 18 gauge sheet metal, and plywood and sheetrock. They do good on them. Now, of course, on windshield glass and sheet metal, pretty much every round is gonna nail head. That's just how it is, and that's when you really test a bullet's weight retention. But as far as like this for a concealed carry EDC ammo, more than likely, you're not gonna have to shoot through a car door, a windshield. Not saying you won't have to. And in my carrying, I like to know I have an ammo that over exceeds. It can do everything. But heavy clothing test, 7 times out of 10, this fails for expanding, and it'll penetrate 30 plus inches. So overall, though, It's not a budget. It is. Would you call it a premium?
I wouldn't go that far. I would not personally.
I wouldn't call it that myself. What would we call it?
It's relatively cheap, and it's
like $30.
Yeah, I said relatively. You know,
okay.
not
Fair enough.
not much.
Yeah, it's cheaper than. It's a step up.
Yeah, it's
a step up. And I know we don't have critical defense here, but it uses the same polymer tip. They only make it in 115 grain standard pressure, and it's the civilian round. The bullet is not as long. The lead is not physically as long, and the ogive of the bullet ain't as sharp. And not yet. I had, of course, it's not rated for all the protocols, the FBI testings, but expansion on it was 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
It did what it was supposed to. But it's lighter grain bullets tend to not penetrate very good, and they either don't do it enough or they do it too much. If you have one that expands, that critical defense stayed around 12 inches penetration. Heavy clothing and bare gel, and of course I hadn't tested and everything else, but I would call this better. I know a lot of people carry this around and trust their life to it.
And it's easier to find, you know. It's
that and critical defense is relatively easy.
Yeah, I mean,
Probably,
even with everything going on, you know.
Yeah, but
which ammo's been starting to
it's
be
getting
more
a little better,
easy to find.
But overall, thumbs up or thumb down?
I like Hornady, but I'm not gonna carry it, so I'm gonna have to go. Same with critical duty. Yeah.
That's our testing thing.
Our testing thing. All right.
Good.
It's good, but I'm not gonna carry it. But I'm not gonna criticize anybody who
does
carry
yeah.
it.
I mean, you could be carrying something way worse. You could carry full metal jackets. So, what's our next one, Trim?
Let's see what else we got. Let's go with a SIG.
Okay.
Now, SIG makes a good bullet.
SIG. I use SIG's leads to reload for a lot of calibers, and
I love SIG. It's just
It's a very big. It's a nice open hollow point cavity. It is nickel plated. Standard pressure, 124 grain. They do make the V crown in 115, 124, 147.
Yep.
All standard pressure that I've ever seen or heard of. But SIG also makes what is called the 365. I don't know if, I guess for their 365 pistols, they make a Elite, the V crown, and they make a full metal jacket. I think you can buy 2 of those in the same box. Like a train, what you shoot is supposed to give the same recoil as the carry around. Never shot none of it, so I can't say.
I have seen boxes of them though.
Black boxes. Black. One's black with gold and one's black with silver.
Yeah.
I think I've seen them. I think we've seen them together somewhere.
Yeah, they were.
But I tested these as well. The 124s, which is what these are, they are better than the 147s. I love heavy for caliber. I love a 147 better than any grain per 9mm. And my testing it always over penetrated. It never expanded uniform or fully, even out of a full size barrel or compact. It's not bonded. It has no cantilever lock. It does lead separate from jacket just about every time. What's your thoughts? Would you carry it?
Yeah, well, you'll see my carry ammo here in a minute.
We'll both get to ours.
But I have carried SIG before.
I carried 124s for a little while.
Matter of fact, I have an extra mag in my go bag that's filled with SIGs right now. So I mean, I trust them to the point where I would shoot them out of my firearm.
We'll give SIGs a. But I do recommend you, maybe unless you have a 5-inch plus duty size pistol, barrel length, I would stay with 124s.
Yep.
Not sure about the 115s. I've never even seen a box of them to buy, but I know they make them. I see TN9 Outdoors, test them. Go check out his reviews on. I don't think he has American Gunner, but pretty sure he has everything else.
I'll let you put them over
Okay.
there.
What's next?
Let's go with a. Which one do you want? Hydroshocks? All right. We'll go get into the federal stuff.
We're going into the rest of it is all premium defense. So
this is the federal premium Hydroshocks. This is a very, very nice.
What brand of those? 124?
124, yep.
They make that in a 124 and a 135, and they might make a 147. I'm not sure. I've never seen a plus P of this round.
Yeah.
But Hydroshock, just the standard. It's not the deep. Nickel plated. You can see the spoke in the middle of the hollow point cavity.
And everything that I'm just going to go ahead and say this, everything that we're telling you is just from our personal experience with this. And Connor does a lot of ammo testing. And
it's all from my research, watching people, and then finding out myself of doing their tests and some of my own tests.
So everything that you see us say, you may completely disagree with.
And that's fine.
But I
you
mean,
go find out for yourself.
Find out which
that's what I recommend.
fits you better with your
lifestyle.
Yeah, and your firearm that you carry. Every bullet's gonna act different depending on the firearm too.
It can, yeah. If you have a tried and true brand of firearm, and you go with a good brand like Federal Premium, not Federal Premium, there's a difference.
Yep.
Personal, I've never had any problems. Never had any problems out of the previous 3 we've done, as far as misfeeds, double feeds, stovepipes, jams, problems loading, chambering, none of that. I mean, I've had some that were, but I don't even stock that ammunition. So, but Federal Premium Hydroshock. I have never tested this specific round. Matter of fact, since all this pandemic stuff started, this is the only box of those I've seen. He bought these a while ago.
Yeah.
And
I've been holding on to them.
Yeah, they's full box too. We need to test these though.
Yeah.
But from what I have seen tests of them, and they usually penetrate 15 or so inches in 20 and 10% ballistic gel, sim test, and wet packed. And they go middle of the 12 to 18 to past it some. But it all depends on what test. This again is not a duty ammunition. It is a civilian. I think they do make a duty Hydroshock.
Yeah.
But I've not seen any. They usually come in like the just white Federal boxes, and they're cheaper. Good ammo though. They're sealed on the primer. None of the previous ones are sealed on primer or lead. These are at least sealed on the primer, so that's a positive on them. But I'm definitely pro Federal on all my ammo. Would I carry this? Yes. What would you?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No,
I'm not too familiar with that one from my personal.
I'll just go on and say this: we got more Federal on the table, but Federal Premium makes a great defensive carry round.
And duty.
Yeah, and duty round.
They don't make a Federal Premium don't make a bad round that I've found. Rifle, pistol, or shotgun.
If you happen to test any of this ammo and you disagree with us, comment. We'd love to hear your story.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, because everything we're saying is just from our personal experience with the stuff.
That's right.
And we may learn from y'all something. So just
take it with a grain of salt of what we say. But if you're new to getting into concealed carry and you're carrying ball ammunition, definitely subscribe.
Yes.
Because anything on this table, this bench, this swing, is better than full metal jackets. By far.
Yes.
I would trust any one of these in my gun before I would full metal jackets, which severely overpenetrate and do no damage, by the way, if you're wondering for that. So.
Yeah.
What's next? You want to go with some?
Let's go with a punch.
All right.
Got another Federal Premium for you.
I like Federal Premium.
Me as well. Federal Premium Punch. I know you can't see that.
I'll go first on. Then again, that big cavity, it is skull. They do have little cuts. I can't remember what they call it. But nickel plated, sealed on the primer. This is a standard pressure round.
124 grain.
124 grain. This is the civilian markup of the HST. It only comes in 20 round boxes. They're just about 20 bucks. They're about $1 a round. But this was something they made a little bit cheaper than HST. It's civilian, so it's not rated for all the FBI protocol tests. Good ammunition though. I have carried this. I have actually, in fact, been doing some tests on it here recently of carrying it and actually shooting some things with it, and stopping power is pretty good. So, but like I said, this is 1150 at the muzzle. At the muzzle, it's got 364 pounds of 364 foot-pounds of energy, and even at 50 yards, it's still over 1,000 feet per second. I believe this is out of a 4-inch test barrel that they tested and get these readings from. Great ammunition, and if you balling on a budget and can't go get like HSTs for the 20 round things, they're $31 up. This is 20 rounds. That's one of my complaints with Federal. Probably my only complaint. I wish they would make it cheaper or give you more rounds.
Yep,
one of the
50 round
two.
boxes.
I think every ammo should come in 50 round boxes.
I agree.
If they're not, make it a little bit cheaper. I know this is even cheaper, but still, make it cheaper or give us 5 more rounds. And what you gonna do with 20 rounds?
Yeah, Federal.
Fill up one mag and have a few left over? But I can, for the quality they come out with, I can look past that.
Yeah.
I would highly recommend this as a carry around. Not a single complaint at all. I have tried it and tested it, and it exceeds my expectations. So it meets all my standards for me to carry, and I recommend it.
So I believe that's a
thumbs up. Jinx.
Mm.
All right.
Which one you want to go? Let's go with the Federal Premium HSTs. This is for micro pistol, 150 grain. This is the largest grain bullet we have on the table.
That's the heaviest grain HST in 9mm, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, 1 second.
Go ahead.
On the Federal Punch, they only make it in 124 grain. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. I'll be honest with you. I bought this because they had it.
It was a decent price too.
Yeah, and it's still a full box. I've never.
That's the civilian boxes I was saying. Cheaper, as in paper, plastic box. So of course the price jumps up. Make ammo in paper bags. I mean, hey.
It was a good buy, and I just picked it up, and I have a micro pistol. So
150 grain. And again, got the edges cut so where it folds back. Sealed primer, nickel case. Big mouth of bullet. It is not a bonded. HSTs are not a bonded bullet. But they do have an extremely good cantilever lock. The 147s to 150s have 2 locks on them. 124s have 1 lock. I'll continue.
Pretty much said all I want to about this. I love HSTs. I do. That's what I carry.
They're great.
I do not carry 150 grain.
I've never tested the 150s, but I have seen a bunch of people test them out of different link barrels. You know, they say micro. They say heaviest to grain bullets do better in shorter barrels. Heavier bullets are known to over penetrate or not open, not expand. But I only find that 9 times out of 10 true if they're in micro barrels. Everybody that tests this from micro pistols or subcompacts, pocket pistol, it either don't expand or it don't expand fully. I don't think I've ever seen one expand fully from 150. Maybe from a duty or compact. But don't shoot these in a micro pistol. Please don't. I know that's what it says it's for, but I promise you, it don't make the big pretty flower like you're thinking. It expands and it stops okay. And I'm not hating on HSTs. I love HSTs.
Yeah, me as well.
But compact, duty size, I'd say you'd be perfect. But I mean, is this all you got?
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't, like I said, I've never tested the 150s. They don't make them in 50 round LE boxes, so I try to only buy 50 round boxes. And this is the civilian box, so 20 rounds. And they only make the 150s in civilian round boxes.
Yeah.
So I hate to see that, but because I think these would really do good out of something bigger than a micro
full size.
Now, tell them what kind of gun you carry.
I carry a Glock 43X.
I used to own a 43X, and every round I tested, they have a 3.42 inch barrel. Might as well say 3.5 inch barrel. Every round I tested did good in that length barrel. So Glock 26, Glock 43, 43X, they all have the same length barrel. And every round did fine. Like I said, never tested these out of any of them. This is his box. I've never even bought 150s. But they do what they're supposed to.
And that was the first box of 150s I've ever seen. So that's why I bought them.
They do what they're supposed to. It's HSTs. You can't go wrong.
Yeah.
This is the only HSTs you'll find. I would trust this more than anything to the right of me. So, I'm going thumbs up.
Yep. Well, I'm going to go.
Going that way?
Yeah. See,
well, everybody mostly carries pocket pistols or micros. So,
yeah.
I'll go half two.
Because I love it. I wouldn't have bought it if I didn't.
Not hating on HST, but I'm hating on the grain for micros.
Yeah, and
They shouldn't put micro and they don't do good in micros. That I've seen tested. Just
and
me.
you may believe something or have proof of something different. That's just
yeah,
our take from it. But like he said, I love HSTs. I just love a smaller grain.
I like large grain, but out of mine, that would probably do okay.
Yeah.
But I've never tested that, so I can't say. But anyway, what we got next?
Let's go with 124s.
All right.
And we're still sticking with HSTs, but this is the 124 grain.
Standard pressure.
Standard pressure.
They do make HSTs in 124 standard, 124 plus P, 147 standard, and 147 plus P, and 150s. Like I said, 124, standard pressure, sealed at the primer, and you notice it's a different, it's not that dark blue, and it's more uniform how they sealed it. It is sealed around the lead too, because this is LE box. Same locks. Number 1 cantilever lock, big mouth, nickel plated case. Great ammo. Great ammo. Love the ammo.
Yep.
I have tested HSTs more than I have anything. And I was thinking today, in any of my testing, I've never had an HST not expand or overpenetrate. If the circumstances wasn't perfect, they still did what they hold their name to do. HSTs all the way for life. I've never had the plus P in any of the grains. I've had chances to buy them. I like standard pressure. It goes what we said on the plus P of they might hit a little harder. They might make up for a little velocity loss out of different size barrels. But the benefit don't weigh out for me.
Yeah.
And plus P don't penetrate as much. So I want good penetration. I want to know if I got to shoot somebody through the arm this way, it's going to go get through that bone and go in there in the high thoracic cavity. And I will trust my life to this ammunition every day of the week. Every day, as I have for a long time. But also, here's the 147s. Just so we ain't really talk about those. Already talked about the bullets, so.
Yeah.
Brand new box. Just the 147, sealed, still pretty. This is by far my favorite bullet of anything that's out here. Now I have a very close second, but this will always beat everything for me. And it is a law enforcement bullet, so it is going through all of the tests, and many law enforcement agencies around the world carry HSTs,
and that's what we carry 9 times out of 10.
Yeah,
that's what I carry 100% of the time.
That has been until I got something new. Why don't we show them what's new? Just arrived.
The next one we have is Spear Gold Dot. This is 147 grain. I should have known that.
This mine's gonna be 147.
Yeah.
Even though it is my 124s, but you gotta get what you can get when you can get it. Spear Gold Dot. Who don't you know hadn't heard of good old Gold Dot? I got several boxes of this in today. Did a little bit of testing on it today. I didn't want to go fire all of it. You know, money get tight. You can't just go shoot them all up. I don't train with this stuff much. I don't train with my carry ammo as much as I should.
Yeah.
But
I understand.
I do steal a decent bit. And this is actually what I'm carrying right now. I'll show y'all this bullet. This is the LE box. So 50 rounds. This is the first Gold Dot I have seen, and I had to order this, but
yeah, they've been hard to find in our area.
Oh yeah, big old mouth. You can see Spear's design. No cut, no indentions on the side where it expands. Non-sealed primer, non-sealed lead, which I was actually kind of upset about. If it is, you can't see it. But I did have to order this, like I said. I have seen this for 40 cal and 45 and 357 and 38 special. And I do own several of those calibers, but not for 9mm. If I did, it was 1 or 2 20-round boxes when things was really still bad and you couldn't get but one box, which is stupid. But that's a gripe for another day.
Yeah.
Did great in my few tests I did today. Accuracy is on point for pretty much all of these. I swapped over from I've been carrying the punch just to get to use them a little bit on other things, not people. Just to make that clear. I'd been on a 124, I had my dot set, and threw up a new target. Got back and tested it with the 147s, and it's still spot on. So I really like that. And Gold Dot's been tried and true for a lot of times. A lot of agencies use Gold Dot as their duty ammo. Like I said, I like the heavier per caliber. 147s are usually a little bit slower. This is in fact slower than our favorite HSTs, but I've not shot this out of a micro barrel, so that means I have not shot at anything under 4 inches, because I carry a compact. But as everything else goes, it's trusted. I would trust it would do fine in like a 43X, the 3.5 inch barrel.
Mm-hmm.
I may have to test that too, just to see. But there's really not much to say. It's who don't know the name Gold Dot and what it's proven. It is a duty ammunition, so it passed all the FBI protocol tests. You hear a lot about the 124 plus P Gold Dot. I know that's a lot of people's carry around. That and the 124. And I'm not the biggest, I like 124s, but I'm not the biggest fan of them just for the recoil impulse. It's not bad, it's not a lot, but it just takes a little longer to get back on target. So, not like it's a split second, but still, sometimes time matters.
Yeah.
And it's great. I love it. I will be ordering more. I will probably get some of the 124 too, just to have an array of all. But guys, out of all of these, what we give them the Gold Dot?
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, Gold Dot, that's just a name that, you know, it's been around for a while, and it's just, you know, tested.
No, it's proven.
Yeah.
It's proven.
And just same with the Federal Premium. You know, any of the Federal Premium.
Yeah, I would have no problem with any of the
Yeah, I
premiums.
wouldn't have a problem carrying them.
But out of all of these, what are our top picks? You got any more?
No, I think that's it for this video. And out of my pick, it's going to be the 147 HSTs.
You can have more than one.
Well, okay. I'll get the 2 that I carry.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the SIG. These are the 2, the SIG and the HSTs, what I carry with me. I have this in like my couple backup magazines that I carry, and this is what's going to be on me. So there's not really a bad box of ammunition on this swing with us, you know. That's,
and mine, I'm gonna have to go 147 HST, 147 Gold Dot. If I had a third pick, it'd be 124, but that's still HST. So
yeah.
we'll say heavy caliber HSTs, heavy caliber Gold Dot. And that's, we would recommend, what would we, out of all this, we recommend HSTs, any grain, Gold Dot, any grain. Oh, by the way, they make Gold Dot in 115, 124, 124 plus P, 147. They might have a plus P to that, I'm not sure. Never seen it though. But come out with it, Gold Dot. But HSTs, Gold Dots.
You know, everything that we've talked about today, if you can find it,
pick it up.
yeah. And
if there's anyone I wouldn't like for carry, it'd be American Gun.
Yeah, that's.
But it is a good training round. It is a good hunting round too. I plan on taking some deer with when it gets gun season with either the HSTs or the gold dots, just something different. But guys, that is our top carry ammos and some that we recommend. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. We'll have some more coming in the future, so
be on the lookout.
Be sure to stay tuned. Keep checking in. Hit the bell with notifications.
Follow us on social media.
Facebook, Instagram.
And subscribe to our channel.
Please leave us a comment of what you thought of the video. And if these are any of your top picks or you have another top pick that you really like, let us know.
Yeah, please. We love, and we're planning on doing some more ammo testing videos coming up in the future.
We got to get some more gel.
Yeah,
and all that, but we'll do. I don't know if I can get a windshield, but I know we can do sheet metal, plywood, gel, heavy clothing, bare gel and heavy clothing, and I can find a piece of drywall for y'all, and we'll let y'all see why we trust these ammunitions. So y'all be sure to come back now.
God bless y'all.